Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for for Call of the Night, episode 9. And I would say, and also before I get to that, I am now in the midst of pre-recording my movie reviews for Halloween month of October. So hope I've got another good batch going up for October. So hope you're looking forward to the next review of series of horror or sci-fi or even thriller films. So hope you all are gonna enjoy them. So I'm in the midst of pre-recording those. So I'm just letting you know right now. So, but as of right now, let's get back to Call of the Night right now, episode 9. And I gotta say, I think this is excuse me. I would say this is probably one of my favorite episodes I've watched as of yet, because I think that it did a switch. It wasn't mostly focused on just Ko and Nazuna, but the whole but with the other vampire, Seri, I think it's Seri, who was the other vampire girl who, when Ko first encountered, and earlier Nazuna cut her arm off. Yeah, it's that vampire girl, Seri. That it was mostly a lot about her. So it was kind of like they did like a role switch, and how, because first off, she's like on her phone, right, and she's on these texts, where are you, or whatever, I miss you, and all that stuff. And then she says that she sees Ko, and she was gonna jump at him though, but it wasn't. Before she was jumping at him, Nazuna gives a right good knee to the face, like so, like this. Which that was a good shot right there. But the whole thing was that, because the whole thing with Ko, how he's dealing with the whole thing with romance. It's the whole thing we do with him. He hasn't fully done with romance, and he's a bit clueless on all that stuff though. But with Seri though, first off, she goes with the Ko, which is her and Ko, to a karaoke, right? And want to sing us some songs, and like, she's surprised that Ko plays this song that's like from an oldies, like a few decades ago. It's like, oh, you know this song? You like that band? It's before your time, wasn't it? But we get the whole thing when when all of a sudden there's a knock on their door, and there's this guy with glasses. He's like knocking on their door, and she's like, oh, don't worry. Oh no, well, she knows him. She's like, oh, don't worry about it though, right? Thing is though, and then it cuts to this big, really good filter of these multicolors. The whole screen of the show just changes this multi-color colored, like everything, the characters and everything else. Which that was listen, the animation in this has been once again outstanding in this, because like I said, even this good filter of these multicolors, right? I thought it was neon multicolors. I thought it was pretty well and really good looking, and. And how we get like her story, like the whole thing with her whole romance thing is that she's been very popular though. That's why she get all these texts though. But she's been very popular. But the thing is though, she said she's been getting bored. All these people like they think they're just dragging her, holding her back. Well, they're just being a drag. She calls them dragos because they're such a drag, right? And especially with this guy whose name is Akkun, which first of all, since she doesn't plan to make any like offspring, so it's for her not to have with a relationship just a human and vampire that can't happen though if you're not making the offspring, right? If not, you just kill them, right? That's what she says. So with Akko, she was just going to kill him, but Ko says no. You can't do that. And when she was going to go kill the guy, Ko goes and tackles the guy right to the wall, and then they both leave. And Ko tells him that she's a vampire. But the thing is with Akkun is that we see how he met her when he stumbled on the street drunk, right? And that was when he first met her, and they've been good. They've been going out together, you know, having fun, right? And the thing is, though, he basically he's been kind of like stalking her because he's been calling, texting her, you know, and. But the thing is, I was thinking that he's just a drag, right? And she's just bored and all that stuff, right? And all the whole incident, the whole romance thing either. But thing is, though, that Akkun, he accidentally fell in love with her, you know. And when Seri was going to attack again, but then Naza goes and pins her down as well. Well, he goes and she goes and pins her down, and saying, "Oh, well, you did. Why you're finally gonna kill for the first time, right?" And but the thing is, it was the whole switch thing with especially with Ko, you know, kind of like how he develops from being a non-sociable guy, not going to school, and not understanding how much of like society, like especially the whole romance and fall in love type aspect, you know, and but then we bring it with her and Akkun, you know. Which the whole thing, how the whole thing was handled was very well done. This is what makes this series different from any other like vampire anime I've watched, or let alone other stuff dealing with other movies and TV shows dealing with vampires. You know, this is what I thought was kind of like a little refreshing, little take on the way how vampires work in this. You know, especially in this anime. You know, different from Dance of the Vampire Bun, Seraph of the End, or Vampire Night, or what was it, Shiki? I think it was, yeah. This is a completely different, like a different, refreshing take on the vampire genre in this, and the whole thing as a result, though, you know, since they know that that she's a vampire, right? But the thing is, though, she was going to let him go, but then she starts bawling in tears because. I don't want that, you know. I want to be more than just be friends, right? I wanted to have the good times with you, you know. And even though she is a vampire, but the thing is, Akkun doesn't really care though. He just wants to be with her forever, basically, because he fell in love with her, and saying, "Will you make me your offspring?" basically, and. She happily accepts that, and then you get like with Ko and Nuz, like, "Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, no fair, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, a little bit jealous of that, you know." And then Seri, you know, so she bites his arm, basically turning him into a vampire, you know. And like how it was like, Ko's like, "Oh yeah, I am jealous of that. It is like no fair though." But hey, even though we're 9 episodes in though, this has to give into the second season, because this, with our character Ko, he's not gonna fall in love with Naza by the end of the 12th episode. So with the way this is going though, the way I see it, there has to be a second season of this, because they're not gonna shoehorn this whole force this whole love thing on Ko with Naza. Then by the end. 3 episodes to go, right? They had to make a second season of this. It has to. That's why I see it. And then at the end, all four they're now doing karaoke again. We see like Akkun like take his glasses off because, like, kind of like take his glasses off because since he's a vampire, because it kind of enhances your senses, right? Like especially your eyesight. So he's probably not gonna need his glasses anymore. So now that he's become a vampire. But the thing is, the whole thing with Seri, it was like a whole switcheroo, you know, from Code and with Nazna to with fulfilling with Seri and Akkun, you know, with her relationship, right? And I thought it was a very well, I would say beautiful, how the way they handled it, you know, how, you know, she was a very popular though, but she didn't really care because she's not make anyone her underling or offspring, right? So otherwise, she would just outright kill them, right? Because relationship between a human and a vampire wouldn't work that way. So, but the thing is, though, Akkun, he fell in love with her. So it didn't matter that human matters don't matter, right? So, but I want to be with you forever. So basically, make me into your offspring. And which she crying in tears happily, she bites him and makes him into basically his offspring, her offspring. Which I thought was a very, very beautiful way to do it, and that was very handled with her story, So now, but like I said, now it's with Ko and Nazuna, with 3 episodes now to go. I just don't see all this is gonna happen in 12 episodes. There has to be I would like to see a second season, unless somehow they just do a time skip, a jump, and highlight it before the year end. Because remember, it's a whole year time limit thing, right? They have to do some type of time jump, whatever. But I don't see how it's gonna happen with 3 episodes to go, so they have to make a second season for this. But episode 9, I say it has to be my favorite episode yet still. Especially that how Ko he's grown since the first episode. He's grown so much. Even he telling everyone. I mean, he even points out that Akkun, he's not who's being the drag. He's pointing out that Seri's the one who's being the drag. She's the one she's the problem. So he's kind of grown quite a pair. Being outright just telling a person you're the problem, not this person. So yeah, Ko has grown quite a lot since the first episode. Like I said, being a non-sociable guy, always being all alone, not going to school, now being a clueless guy and a whole bunch of things, So yeah, and I really enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed this series, and I want to see a second season for this. But seeing how Seri's story come full circle, even though we still only twice before this. But I like to see. It's nice to see her story with her relationship with Akkun, seeing them now making him her offspring and all that. I enjoyed that. It was a very beautiful way they handled it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode and seeing how it goes. Like I said, the way they're going, if Ko doesn't end before, like I said, the end of the second with Nazuna, but at the end of this episode 12, they have to do a second season for this, because it can't just shoehorn and forcefully all this into with 3 episodes to go, right? So yeah, but episode 9, I definitely give this a thumbs up for. I really did enjoy this episode. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and stay tuned for the next episode review, and we'll see you next time.